Alrighty, I'll call the regular meeting, scheduled meeting for July 20th, 2026 to order. Can I get a roll call?
Casey Coates.
Here.
Commissioner Laird.
Present.
Peter Nicolason. Commissioner North.
Here. Here. Could all stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And Sabrina, you've got a couple things for us today, it looks like. One or two? Or three, or four, or more.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, am I working?
Try the other one.
Oh, it sounds like, there it is.
There we go.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. You know that you're happy to see our smiling faces first on your list. I'll let Brad start with this. His part is most of it, and going through some changes and some updates and any questions y'all have.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, is it working?
Yep.
I'll start with the adoption of the NEC. Basically, we're just adopting the new 2026 National Electrical Code. There wasn't any significant changes to mention in the actual National Electrical Code for 2026, and nothing major. I mean, there's always some changes, but nothing to really talk about or incur extra costs on the citizens that I found. In our resolution, we basically added two amendments were the two big changes to our resolution. So the first one, we spelled out, we've never allowed EMT to be in the ground. We just clarified it in an amendment. We had somebody try to do it, so we thought we'd better put it in. The code does allow EMT in direct bury. We consider the ground around here to be corrosive, so we don't allow it.
Yeah.
No one uses it. Everybody uses PVC. But we figured we had to put that in there. The other one is for mobile homes. We've never allowed your service to be mounted to a mobile home. It's really confusing in the NEC, not really nailed down. So we wanted to clarify that and define an actual mobile home and state that, yeah, you cannot mount the service to a mobile home. You can a manufactured modular home, but not a mobile home. And the mobile home is defined as being built on a permanent steel chassis. So we basically just clarified that. Other than that, it was just italicizing terms that are defined. I think that's about it. Is there any questions on that?
Any questions? Looks good. Next.
Next, the Natrona County Contractor Licensing Rules and Regulations. So the last time this document was touched that I could find was in 2020. Or 2000, I'm sorry. The year 2000. So it's been 26 years since anything's been changed in this resolution. We have implemented, and previous building officials have implemented, different contractors licenses that we've offered. Past few years, that's never been nailed down in this resolution, so I figured it was time we had to go through it and just update it. The majority of the big changes in the regs would be the new licenses that we offer and a few different definitions of licensing and just updating a lot of verbiage and getting everything in line to the way we're actually operating, because it was pretty outdated. Did anybody have any specific questions or anything I need to point out in it?
Any questions? So with these changes, are there going to be any changes to the document? Are there going to be any changes to how you operate at all?
No, sir.
Okay.
No. It was basically getting the contractor's licenses that we offer in the resolution.
Oh, okay.
We've been offering new licenses for different contractors for quite a while now, and it didn't reflect in the resolution, so.
And Chairman, if I may, a lot of what we did in this was just trying to like get what they actually do on paper, because it was missing certain things. We were also trying to define a lot of the stuff, and that's pretty much what we were doing. That was the main focus.
Okay. No, sounds good. Thank you.
Hey Brad, on the contractor licensing, with the changes that came out of the state as far as reciprocal licenses and everything like that, and this is more for the record so everybody knows what's going on. How are we now within Natrona County and with other counties as far as that portion of it goes?
As far as the reciprocal law that the state requires now, we basically always done it that way. So there wasn't really any change there. It is spelled out a little more clear in our regulations now about that. But really no change. We've always reciprocated licenses that we felt were equal to what we require within the state. So no real change, but
Okay.
clarified.
Okay, well, like I said, that basically, just so it would be on the record that was the case. Oh, okay, thanks.
Then we'll move on to our permit fees. Now, we didn't change any fees. We're still on the same fee schedule that we've always been on. I think this was changed back in 2020, if I remember right, is when these fees went into effect. The big thing is we've always charged a $25 application fee. It was never on this document. And then we added in the zoning certificate fee and the temporary dwelling permit fee that we've always charged. It was just never spelled out in our resolution, in our document. So it's basically getting that on paper. That was never there or got missed. So the fees all just stayed the same.
Any questions on the fees? Sounds good.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, also regarding fees for the planning department, we did both of our fees together because ours needed cleaned up a bit on the planning and zoning side. Some of the subdivisions that the processes that we have were just clumped under one, and so it was really difficult to see what it actually was supposed to be charged. Another place that was clumped under was the conditional use permit, and it looked like if you needed a conditional use permit, then you had this fee. But if you had a project and you didn't have a conditional use, you could argue that you didn't have to pay that fee just because the way it was listed previously. So we kind of extrapolated all that out. We did increase the fees for the wind, like a wind farm and a solar farm. We asked for and received multiple counties from around the state their permit fees. We were fairly low on those two projects, so we increased those fees by $1,000. They were $2,000. We went to $2,000 on that. And then the other fee in the planning that we added that I was asked about last year was a utility and right-of-way permit. Road and Bridge has this for county property, but if fiber is going through property that is not county property, there's essentially no permit. So we now have an application and a permit fee if we want to implement that we can do that. And then kind of a final CO on that is that the building department will give the final CO and say, yeah, you've put the property back to where it should be. We've had some messes on the mountain I've been aware of that where contractors have not filled back in appropriately. So that's one fee that's on here as well. And it's just a $50 fee, and that's what Road and Bridge charges. So that's where we got that fee, that price from.
Any questions on that?
So is that implementation of the, like, cable fee and stuff like that, that's in here tonight. So once we do that, we don't have to worry about these contractors coming in and just running rampant all over the county and doing stuff without having to come in and get a permit to do so. And then we have some ramifications if they don't follow what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, we have oversight now.
Yeah.
As far as any repercussions, that's kind of tough, but we do have oversight and we can help with.
But if they're doing something they're not supposed to, you can suspend that permit.
Yes.
So that gives us a little bit of teeth in what we're doing. And I guess I know a lot of us have had phone calls from different places all over the county as far as some of these companies going in and doing things. And it's like, they didn't even get a permit. How are they doing this? And so I think this is something that should have been done a long time ago, but I'm glad we're moving forward and getting that taken care of.
Goats.
Yeah, I just kind of want to jump on that as well. I think generally it's important for people to understand that the right of ways with fiber and things like that. There's some layers above county government. There's some federal government. There's some FCC things that allow those utilities to be installed. There's some limits that the county can put on, and this is one of those limiters that we can do. We can say, you have to do things right, or you don't get your permits to go in place. And it's what we can do. I think it's the appropriate step to take without being a little bit too much or putting too much on the planning and building department to chase people all over the county and inspect every hole. But I think this is one of those things that you guys can target appropriately. So this is good. Thank you.
I think we're good.
I have one more document to cover. It's we went through the contractor license fees also.
Mm-hmm.
And basically just updated a lot of them and made them make a little more sense. And the big thing too is we wanted to put all of our fees, contractor fees, permit fees, planning fees, all onto one resolution, a little more organized and easier to deal with. But as far as the contractor license fees go, there wasn't a lot of change. It was just making a lot of them make sense. Some of them got lowered. The main thing was we want our initial fees to be twice as much as our renewal fees. We raised a few of the individual license fees, like the apprentice license fees went from 3 to 10, just to align more with what other jurisdictions are charging. But nothing real major on fee changes there either.
Commissioner Laird.
Have we had any complaints?
No, sir.
Well, if there's no complaints, it's always a good thing. Usually when fees get raised, there's complaints.
Well, most of the fees actually, some of them were reduced to match other contractor fees that we do. Some of them really didn't make sense, so we basically matched them up and A lot of them got dropped. A few of them got raised, but the majority of them didn't change at all.
Any other questions? That was easy. Scheduled way too much
You're
time
welcome.
for you guys. Thought you're going to be more in depth. Oh,
Normally she has way more for us.
alrighty. This might be an interesting day then. Moving on. Can you fill 2 hours up?
No.
Sure.
I would have to go
She can handle
very
15 minutes, so.
So we're still waiting on several of the East End road easements. We checked today. It looks like we're still missing 6 of them. So I know we've talked to several people, and they're like, we have some people that are out of state and stuff. So, but that's kind of where we're at with that one. Bill Farringer is still working on that road vacation that we started. I know he was working on it last week. Should be getting it here fairly soon. Additionally, I'm working with the health department. They're having some issues with their opioid program stuff. So, Anna and I are meeting tomorrow to kind of go over that stuff. So I can help her draft a letter, for them. I'm also working with Sabrina concerning Allendale. We're going to be working on that memo on Wednesday. Allendale, the application's changing a little bit. Instead of being 4 parcels, looks like they're going to just make it into one large parcel. But we're waiting on the actual plat from Paul, I believe, who's doing it. So once we have that, then we can do that memo, that back in front of you all. Additionally, we received 2 ISD disestablishments that we're working on. One is for Week Creek, the other one is Park East Ranchettes. So we're doing those letters to get that process rolling. A couple of those kind of fell through the cracks on us a little bit. So the state was asking if we had received them. I hadn't seen it, but we're getting that remedied as quickly as we can, given we have to have so much notice for these people. Additionally, I met with Dino Solar, County Fire, Mills, Bar None last week to discuss contracts. They're going to keep me updated on how that's going, but it was a very productive meeting. Dino Solar is really wanting to try to make sure that everyone has what they need for that project. Other than that, we're just kind of been answering other departments' questions and just helping them out where we're needed. We're still working on the Animal Control Act, going through that because we're going to do that act. There's a lot of pieces in it that I don't think that we need anymore, and so we're trying to do a whole overhaul on that. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we are going to get it done. We're definitely going to get it done before your term ends, Chairman, because I know that was a request.
He may quit early.
That is true.
doubtful though.
That's
Thank you. I
about it.
appreciate
Yep.
working on that. Any questions?
Just one. Ashley, how are Title 25s going? Are we seeing a increase in volume, or are we holding steady?
Right now, I think we're holding more steady. The month of May, we saw a huge uptick. Since then, it's calmed down. Month of May, I think we just had a huge uptick, but lately it's been a little bit more calmed down. And yeah, I think that was a 1 month off or weird month. We still have a pretty steady stream. We have usually a few every day. There's a couple days where we haven't had any, which is rare for us. But yeah, seems to be holding a little bit more steady.
Any other questions? This is ridiculous.
I was surprised when I saw that it was starting at 3.
Well. Alrighty. Is there any reason we need to go into exec? All right. Okay, we're going to go into recess.
Well, City just left.
Yeah, I know. Pretty much. We'll go into recess, come back at, yep. Lock it up.
Wonderful. It's paying for my gas, making me come down here as many times.
It's a nice shirt, Dallas. I like that shirt.
It's the only thing cool I could find. It's kind of got a nip thing on the back
like
of it. Didn't even know I owned it.
Go. So one time you went fishing.
That looks snaky.
I'm a lawyer, dude.
That was good.
I was trying to feed you the bait.
Yeah, you would.
Chairman,
Yes.
what if you could close the door and then we'll
Yes.
turn it back at 5? So I
Just leave that running. You'll just sit bullet points. Really? please.
They know that I can't. I mean, when I'd have a client, I'd have like 5 of their cases. I'm like you said, I'm like, oh look, I'm like, oh, docs in. Even a simple like I got it to go to trial and for
Yes.
Look at how many. I know, but I'm just like, guys, just go like. I don't want this. No.
I was just saying, no, you're definitely not. We're kind of in the same.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the statute only requires us to have one meeting.
Yeah.
We should go to that.
No,
Why not?
because we'd never get anything done.
Just do it all in that one meeting.
Next year you can do that.
Huh?
Next year you can do that.
Maybe I could. I'd like to get a,
Thanks, Ashley, for getting hold. Yeah, thanks, Bree, ahead maybe for getting ahead of Eric.
Yeah. I was looking at that, it wasn't signed by Eric, it was signed by Mike, so they're.
Wow. Yeah. Whoop.
did Peter resign?
He's traveling.
Yeah, I figured he was.
He's enjoying retirement. What are you doing back there? Yeah. She was kind of in a hurry, or I would have stopped and said hi. We kind of just plowed on through the court building there.
Jump starter for $2,000.
Alrighty. You ready? Okay, we're back in session. So, approval of the consent agenda. Motion
So moved to
Second.
approve the consent agenda.
moved and seconded. Those are. Sorry. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say aye. No. So there you go. All approved. Any contracts, agreements that we need to take a look at all that snuck in? Nope, probably not. Then we'll move on to public hearings. All right, I now declare the public hearing open for the consideration of resolution 26-26 approval of FY 26-27 budget. Hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes, rules of the Natrona County Commission, and other applicable laws. May we have a report, Madam Clerk?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Resolution 2626 is on the agenda for the approval of the proposed budget for the 2026-2027 fiscal year ending June 30th, 2027. in the amount of $67,798,770. This figure includes proposed budgets for Natrona County's component entities, which are the Natrona County Library, City County Health Department, Community Action Partnership, and Natrona County Fair. As shown, the FY27 budget provides funding for mandated services, provides for citizens' health, safety, and welfare, implemented salary recommendations from a comprehensive compensation and classification study, and provides funding for various 1 cent number 17 projects. All publication requirements have been met, and with that, I will stand for any questions.
Any questions for the Madam Clerk?
She has to stand.
Anywho. All right. Being none from the board, at this time I'd ask those individuals who wish to speak in favor of consideration of resolution 26-26, approval of the FY 26-27 budget, to approach the lectern. There is an lectern, the table, lectern, whatever. It's good. We'll use the table tonight.
I can move it.
It's fine for right now.
Quick fix it.
Second call for those in favor of resolution 26-26, approval of FY 26-27 budget. Approach the table. And last, for those who wish to speak in favor of consideration of resolution 26-26, approval of FY 26-27 budget. Approach the table. And at this time, I'd ask those individuals who wish to speak in opposition of consideration of resolution 26-26, approval of the FY 26-27 budget, to approach the table. At this time, I'd ask those individuals who wish to speak in opposition of consideration of resolution 26-26, approval of the FY 26-27 budget, to approach the table. Last call. Those wish to speak in opposition of consideration of resolution 26-26, approval of the FY 26-27 budget, approach the lectern. Being no one to speak for or against consideration of resolution 26-26, approval of the FY 26-27 budget, I now declare the public hearing closed. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve resolution 26-26, approval of the FY 26-27 budget.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion? No discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? You say aye, Dave?
I didn't say anything.
Exactly. Are you abstaining?
No, I'm gonna say aye.
Okay. Those opposed say aye. And the budget resolution passes. On to the next. Right? Ugh. I'm going to try to read this as fast as I can, but there's just so much I can do. I now declare the public hearing open for consideration of 2026 NEC code adoption. Can I just do this all in one,
I think you can.
Madam Clerk?
They're all the same thing.
It's all, what do you think?
Mr. Chairman, if the county attorney disagrees, I would say if you refer to them B through F, pointing them out as they're listed on the agenda, I think it would be okay.
I think it's fine if we do them all together. They're
Unless
all-
there's an objection to one or something like that.
Yeah, unless someone in the public has specific, they can just refer to one of the specific ones.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Is holy cow. Time parched. Okay. This is what we're going to do then. Now declare the public hearing open for consideration of the public hearings B through F, 2026 NEC code adoption, building department contractor licensing rules and regulations, building department contractor license fee schedule, building department permit fee schedule, planning department fee schedule. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes, rules of the Natrona County Commission and other applicable laws. May we have a report from staff? Just the bullet points, since you already reviewed it this morning or afternoon.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, I have nothing to add from this afternoon unless you have any questions. Stands as reviewed earlier.
Can you just give kind of a bullet point thing real quick?
So the updates are for the building, mostly the building department and the contractors' licenses, some fees, and then updating what we found hadn't been updated from until or since 2000. So for 26 years, we're kind of running under the same regulations. So really just updated how we're actually working and functioning right now, and then adding the fees that we had already been charging for many years. Make sure they are listed out on our fee schedules. Same for the planning department.
And the 2026 NEC code adoption, that's just updating it to current. And then the two amendments were what?
Correct on the updates on that. And I'm going to defer to Brad for amendments.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the two amendments, one of them was to clarify that EMT is not allowed to use below grade. And the other one was to
Could you speak
clarify-
up? I didn't hear what you just said.
It was to clarify that electrical metallic tubing, EMT, is not allowed to be used below grade underground. And then the second amendment was to clarify mobile homes from manufactured homes and that you cannot attach the electrical service to a mobile home.
All righty. Any questions on any of this from staff? Okay, thank you, staff. Okay. At this time, I would ask those individuals who wish to speak in favor of consideration of Agenda 7 or 8, Parts B through F, 2026 NEC Code Adoption, Building Department Contractor License Rules, Regulations, Building Department Contractor License Fee Schedule, Building Department Permit Fee Schedule, and Planning Department Fee Schedule to approach the table. I'm only going to say that once for each of these. At this time, I'd ask those individuals who wish to speak in favor of consideration of Section 8, B through F of today's agenda, approach the table. At this time, I'd ask those individuals who wish to speak in favor of consideration of Section 8, B through F of today's agenda, approach the table. Seeing none, at this time, I'd ask those individuals who wish to speak in opposition to consideration of Section 8, B through F to approach the table. At this time, I'd ask those individuals who wish to speak in opposition of consideration of Section 8, B through F of today's agenda, approach the table. And last time, at this time, I'd ask those individuals who wish to speak in opposition to consideration of Section 8, B through F, which is the 2026 NEC Code Adoption, Building Department Contractor Licensing Rules and Regulations, Building Department Contract License Fee Schedule, Building Department Permit Fee Schedule, Planning Department Fee Schedule to approach the table. There being no one to speak for or against consideration of Section 8, B through F, that approach the election, I declare the public hearing closed. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion that we approve Section 8, B through F. I don't believe we need to read those out
Just be
individually.
specific one time, otherwise, yes.
Okay, all right. The 2026 NEC Code Adoption, Building Department Contractor Licensing Rules and Regulations, Building Department Contractor License Fee Schedule, Building Department Permit Fee Schedule, and Planning Department Fee Schedule.
I have a motion and a second. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed? Passed. There you go. We move on to public comments. Anybody wish to speak? You get to sit down for a public comment this. Well, that's why we have chair there for you, sir.
There's 5 up there on the timer.
So better start that. No, I just wanted to thank you for consideration of the comp study and the implementation of it. Thank the people that worked on that, Tracy, Danielle, and others. I know it's a difficult thing to consider, particularly into the future, but I hope it continues. It's a real morale booster, and it's going to help a lot of people. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Employees are our most valuable asset, by the way.
I agree.
Thanks, Mike. Any further public comment? Commissioners' comments. Dave?
The Governor's Cup was held up at Succonoffs this last weekend, along with the outdoor rec symposium that they had downtown. Other than being very warm, there was a lot of people that showed up. They had approximately 300 different participants in the shoot itself, which is always good. That's about the same as what they had last year. It's a great event. It really puts Casper on the map for a lot of the shooting sports and things like that. And it was a good event, and I always enjoy going out there. I don't participate in the shooting part of it, but generally speaking, but I do enjoy being out there watching.
Commissioner Laird?
I've been invited to go down to Cheyenne and view some data centers. They have 6 of them, and a couple of the people that I know very well that are highly educated in data center law and the issues that attend a data center. So I want to find that out because I know there's a possible request going to show up wanting to put a data center in this county. I don't know when exactly. I've talked to the people though about it, and they tell me they have it located in a place where it won't bother neighbors or upset people. So I need to find out some things about water and electricity and gas and how it all runs and what any costs may be to taxpayers, which they say are none. And they say that if they get it running the way they perceive it, it would mean $100 million a year in taxes to Natrona County, which if we got that, we would be flush. So I want to go down and find out if this is true, and if it's going to happen, maybe, and just to find out more information, because a lot of people don't even understand what a data center is. But if you watch Netflix, it comes through a data center. If you have a credit card and you pay, it comes through a data center. So, and then all the AI is going to start coming through a data center. So it's something that's happening now. It's the current state of the art. And if they're going to provide 600 jobs in Casper, Wyoming, I'd say that's a plus. If we're going to get unbelievable taxes, I'd say that's a plus. But I want to find out what the possibility of all that is so that I can then report it to the commissioners and the public here in Natrona County. And I can only tell you one other thing. It's really hot out there.
Commissioner Coates?
Just have a couple things. Yeah, it's really hot. It's really, really dry. So fire danger is up. So please be extra cautious. Family and I took a little trip and there were fires all over the Northwest. It was kind of scary coming back and seeing the 100+ degree heat. The other thing that on our trip that was really nice and kind of reminded me of, I guess, a simpler time here. It was really nice in northern Idaho, not seeing a gambling joint in every corner. I really enjoyed that. So just something to, I guess, ponder as we move forward as a community. And I guess last on the, data center issue, been doing a lot of reading on data centers and the rise of AI, and it worries me a little bit, just because I think there is a possibility out there that we over rely on AI and don't educate ourselves enough. And I would really hate to see the day where we have people sitting in elected seats that were making all of their decisions based on AI. So I think we need to be really careful and really cautious with how much trust we put into AI and how much we use it as a tool, although there are appropriate times and places for it. Thank you.
So it's almost a month when a lot of things get decided here in Wyoming. I hope that that people become educated on what is going on in the state of Wyoming right now. Voting starts tomorrow for absentee. A lot can happen between now and a month. Scandals, people bowing out, this, that, or another thing. If you don't have to vote absentee, I highly just suggest, you don't know what's going to happen until it happens. Vote on the day of. There's too many things that can happen. But on the long short of it, I missed the governor shoot. I was suffocating a couple of fish in the air. So, but they were pretty tasty. As far as the AI and the data centers, I agree. Need to be educated. Everybody should be educated. The style of data center that is being looked at to be put in Natrona is a little different than others in the state that are in operation. We need to focus on what benefits are as well as the detractors of, and determine whether we want to go down that alley or not. Now, the one thing that is concerning, I have heard from different entrepreneurs or whatever, is that it appears that Natrona doesn't want to grow and Natrona doesn't want to develop anything. That is very concerning for the future of Natrona. So we need to be very mindful of what we decide to do moving forward. As far as AI, I'm as concerned as Casey is about politicians following AI advice, but what the hell? They already follow social media advice, so I don't know about which is worse. With that, we're adjourned.